But why didn't you tell me?
What?
In the name of God, why? Why didn't you tell me?
But I did.
About these?
I told you everything I knew. Everything.
These? Get out!
Oh, I told you I didn't know about those.
These bring the total to 300,000 francs.
Yes, I didn't know until you told me.
The house itself is not worth more than 40.
Isn't it?
No.
Oh, but you did say we should have it redone. I mean, while we were in Italy, you agreed.
So the first bills come in, 50,000 francs. I show them to you. You're astonished. More bills, 100,000, 150,000, more astonishment. You didn't know. Now these making 300,000 francs, and you simply don't know?
I wanted the house to be worthy of you.
At whose expense?
It is our Paris home, and you are the most important man in Paris. Everyone says so. Everyone.
Does everyone say I'm the richest man in Paris?
Oh, darling, we were in Italy. I wasn't here to see what they were doing.
But you told them, regardless of expense.
No.
I assure you, yes.
No, I told them to be very economical. We couldn't afford very much.
Darling, they've given me your letter. I have it here, saying that you want the whole house redecorated, refurnished, by the best artists in the latest style, regardless of expense.
But I thought you'd like it. I wanted it to be pretty. For you.
You wanted to give me a surprise.
Yes.
Who is it?
Joseph.
Come in.
Talleyrand is here. He wants to see you before we go off to this reception.
I'll see him in a minute.
I can't see Talleyrand while I'm
You
crying.
don't have to see Talleyrand yet, but dry your eyes. I can't bear... Can we talk like reasonable people?
Oh, yes.
A husband must support his wife. Must give her an allowance. Must give her some money to spend as she pleases.
Yes.
But a wife must not run up bills for her husband to pay without telling him first, without explaining what it's for.
But, darling, you were so busy in Italy, I hardly saw you.
Josephine, will you promise me never to do it again?
I promise.
My dear Joseph, I admire your brother enormously. I admire soldiers. One admires what one is not.
I suppose.
I myself would have been a soldier, but for my
Disability.
crooked feet. And I admired above all a peacemaking general.
Like my brother.
The only question is, what does one do with them when there is peace?
Ah.
So long as you still love me.
I love you beyond anything you can imagine. And 1,000 times more. You're my reason for living. The world is beautiful and wonderful to me only because you inhabit it.
And I love you.
Talleyrand.
Talleyrand moves very slowly. Get rid of him as soon as you can.
Monsieur Talleyrand?
Good evening, General. I came. May I?
Do sit down.
How kind. To ask if I might help escort you to the reception,
If you wish.
and to ask your advice, which is given to me immediately by your clothes.
What advice?
Well, as your host tonight, I shall have to make a speech in your honor.
Well?
So I shall have to refer to you by your name and rank. I saw a difficulty. General Bonaparte, Citizen General, or simple citizen?
Citizen.
So I see I'm delighted to have your approval. We may monsieur each other in private, but tonight there will be several hundred guests, some of whom still believe in the revolution.
As I do.
Of course, so do I. Besides, it fits in so well with the rest of my speech.
What are you going to say?
Well, after the usual compliments, of which you must be heartily tired,
Yes.
I shall admit, insincerely, to a moment of anxiety, that your greatness Your glory might seem to be a threat to our doctrine of equality. But I was wrong. Personal greatness is the triumph of equality. It makes all France, all Frenchmen, greater than they were.
Good.
Thank you. And I shall point to the modesty of your dress, of your way of living, your evident lack of ambition.
That will do very well.
Well, I'd hoped to be in tune with you.
You are.
Oh, I shall end with a reference to our one remaining enemy, wicked, tyrannical England, which will doubtless be defeated by our new hero.
England will be defeated by my going to the east.
Ah, yes, the Egyptian adventure.
The Egyptian project?
Project, yes. Will you mention it in your own speech?
No.
When do you put it to the directory?
Tomorrow.
It'll be agreed within 24 hours.
You think?
Speaking not as their Minister of Foreign Affairs, but as one who observes the directors. Paul Barras will clasp you to his bosom tonight, and the others, not to be outdone, will bedew you with tears of gratitude. And the further away from France you go, the better they will like it. Well, I shall see you in a moment with your Citizen S.
Too much jewellery. Take half of it off.
Why?
Because I say so, because Talleyrand is right, because politics. Don't you something more simple?
What are you doing?
I'm looking for something less... Where did you get these?
You gave them to me.
Not this, not this.
Yes, you did.
I know what I gave you.
So do I.
Not this! Did you buy them, more bills?
Oh, no.
Where did you get them?
They were presents.
From whom?
From all those Italian dukes and princes who wanted to please you.
Or from a lover?
No!
Have you a lover?
Yes. The most marvellous lover in the world. The most jealous lover in the world. You.
Welcome, O Queen of Paris.
Paul.
No husband?
He's inspecting his army or something.
Of course, I did know.
Of course.
Which is why I invited Captain Charles. Oh, no, he's Monsieur Charles now, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes. You should thank me for my thoughtfulness.
If you like. Thank you.
It does rather make me feel like a panda.
I thought you enjoyed new feelings.
Of course you know... Dear madam. Of course. Would you excuse me?
Bonaparte is away till tomorrow.
May I hope?
Yes. We'll go to a theatre.
And then?
Supper.
And then? Heaven.
He may go away for longer, quite soon.
Where to? When?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Sooner and the longer.
Oh, I'd feel so free. He may be the greatest man in France, but you've no idea what a bore he is.
All great men are bores.
His idea of lovemaking is to throw me on the bed and then leap on top of me.
Not like mine.
No.
He's not just a bore, he's a Corsican bore.
Oh, and he's being a bore about one other thing. You must tell Baudin I need 50,000 francs immediately.
Jewellery again?
I daren't show Bonaparte the bills.
Do we owe you 50,000?
Tell Baudin I've written to Italy.
Good.
But he mustn't use the letters until I tell him. He must be very careful.
Baudin and I will be as discreet as if we were both your lovers. Should I bring the money this evening?
Please.
And could you find out by then when Bonaparte is going where? The Baudin Company would like to know. We exist to serve the army, or at least to supply the army.
I'll try.
My only fear about Bonaparte is that masculinity will become the fashion.
Paul, darling.
Oh, excuse me.
Paul, darling, do you still love me as much as ever?
As much as I ever did.
In spite of your new taste?
An additional taste, not a substitute. My bed is still as open to you as it is to them.
So.
Tell me something.
Anything, except one of my secrets.
Is Bonaparte going to Egypt? And if he is going to Egypt, when?
His wife doesn't know.
He has hinted, but not told me.
I'm delighted he's so conscious of security.
Is he going to Egypt?
Do you want him to go?
If he is going, I want him to go quickly.
Yes, I'm sure, but why? Your debts? The Baudin Company? Or Monsieur Charles?
All three, perhaps.
You worry too much. A husband must pay his wife's debts. It's the law. The Baudin Company, your connection there is hardly legal, but certainly normal. Our armies must be supplied by contractors like Baudin. Who better than you to recommend which company should get the contracts?
Baudin pays you, too. They all pay you.
My dear, I am so splendidly corrupt. No revelation could shock anyone.
That is true.
Your only danger is Monsieur Charles. And myself, I suppose. Your occasional lover when both of us feel like a change.
My past and future lover? Is it Egypt?
As the head of the directory.
Of course, it's a state secret.
Yes.
But?
If anyone is going to Egypt, he must sail before the English find out, or Nelson and the English fleet will get him, and he must land in Egypt before the Nile floods. So, he must leave very soon indeed.
Thank you.
I shall look forward to my reward.
Barra and his directory are fools. They think this is their luck because it gets me out of the way, but it's not their luck, it's mine.
How long will you be in Egypt?
6 months or 6 years.
6 years?
Either a lightning campaign, then back to France to smash the directory, or 6 years to build an empire in the East, as others did. Alexander the Great conquered Egypt. Julius Caesar conquered Egypt.
Where's Bonaparte? You can report to me.
I estimate we lost 500 men these last 3 days in that oven of hell. Heat stroke, thirst, some suicides. It's not like Italy. Where's the wine?
Well, you can see it.
Why don't the troops get wine?
Well, take that bottle. Share it with 25,000.
Why do they get wine? You're the chief of staff!
I'm not the army's contractor for the supply of wine.
Well, a couple of the divisions have fended for themselves. They've been through the Arab villages. I estimate 500 sheep dead, 800 chickens, and 1,000 Arabs, but no wine.
They're fighting a battle tomorrow.
The Arabs weren't soldiers, peasants.
Will you save some for the general?
Oh, I don't mind about the chickens or the sheep or the Arabs if it helps us to win the battle. I'm just telling you this is the most mucked-up campaign. Not from the tactical point of view, that's brilliant, but from the supply point of view...
Yes, you found a bottle of wine somewhere else.
Thank God I did, or I'd have committed suicide too.
He'd reckoned on living off the land.
For food or drink?
500 men out of 25,000 is less than we reckoned.
Congratulations, General Bettier.
Always a matter of reckoning.
Meal ready, good. Shall we sit down? Your report?
Nothing that changes anything.
Oh, we shall beat the Mamelukes tomorrow and be in Cairo 2 days after that.
Yes, 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3. And then all Egypt will be ours. Betty, some wine?
No, thank you.
As you know?
Yes. Staggering around that desert all day, you need some wine.
And then we'll send for our wives. And our friends. Actors from Paris, singers, musicians, dancers. A civilized capital. Berthier, who will you send for? Madame Visconti, with or without her husband?
Oh, the General knows that Madame Visconti would come without her husband, but cannot.
My clever chief of staff falls in love with a married woman. Did you know?
Well, I'm clever enough not to fall in love with anyone.
Not clever. Love one woman only. And you know what love means.
You think so?
I know it.
Going to bed with them is all right. Falling in love with them is stupidity for a soldier.
We deny that, don't we, Berthier?
Yes.
Well, I say it's lunacy.
How do you know?
I've seen.
Are you any worse a soldier for loving Madame Visconti?
He's not a soldier, he's chief of staff.
Thank
And his
you.
Madame
Very
What's-her-name's
much.
married to someone else. Just dreams about it, it's not real.
All right. Am I a soldier?
Yes. No, I'm married to my wife. Am I any worse a soldier for loving her, for loving one woman only?
No.
No. But that's not real either. I mean, look at some of our officers, married 2 months. They come out here. Don't know when they'll see their wives again. That's not marriage. It's not fair. It's not fair on either side. I mean, look at you. You talk about marriage. You've been married, what? A couple of years and a piece. 800, 900 days. How many of those days, how many of those nights have you been with your wife? 100? A couple of days at a time, then off to the war again. That's not fair. It's not marriage. It's not fair on you. It's not fair on her. Well, naturally, she starts... Well, we're only flesh and blood. I'm just trying to explain why I think soldiers shouldn't get married. No, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean anything. I'm a bit drunk. What did you mean? I meant it's not fair on women being left alone.
Juno. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Old friend. Comrade in arms, brother. Tell me the truth. I order you to tell me the truth.
No!
Do you love me?
Do you love me? Yes!
Tell me the truth.
You're a fool.
Yes. I want the truth. On the way to Italy, you were traveling with him, you were sleeping with her maid. You saw... What did you see? Charles. Was he? Captain Charles. I must know.
I saw Charles going in or coming out of your wife's bedroom every night of that trip. I was having her maid, he was having her. And he's gone on having her since in Paris. We all know that. Everyone knows it except you. Yes, we love you. We loved you by not telling you, but everyone knows.
Is that the truth? Isn't it?
Yes. It wasn't as if it was anything new. I mean, Paul Barrow. She was his mistress before she married you. He's gone on having her. We all know that.
Yes. And, Murat, someone told me that Murat had boasted that he...
Murat. Well, listen to that. He's a Gascon. He's just a big talker.
Charles.
I guarantee that.
And... Barrow.
Your fault. You shouldn't have left alone so much.
Josephine.
So the women are here. Send them in. No. No.
No?
No.
But they are the most beautiful women in Egypt.
Take them away.
Look, they can dance.
No. Get them out of here!
What does Sultan Kabir want?
Sultan Kabir likes his women slender and French.
Yeah.
Who's she? Eugène, do you know?
I've seen her here before.
Gorgeous.
She comes here most evenings with him.
French. She must be. You only have to look at her.
Yes.
What's he? Lieutenant. Oh, I'll soon get rid of him.
I think she's his wife.
Oh, more difficult.
I gather she smuggled herself out disguised as an officer.
Wife?
Yes, sir.
I thought I forbade wives.
I'm not sure she's his wife, sir.
Find out who they are.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. I should have reported it.
Yes?
I did know of your order.
Eugène, you take me too seriously. I'm not going to punish anyone. I wish we had more wives out here. We might be more civilized. We need women. Not whores, they're just machines. Cultivated women to soften us, or soldiers revert to being savages. If you're thinking of your mother...
I can't help it, sir.
You're too young to understand what has happened between us.
I'm 17, sir. I'm not too young.
Your mother is the most charming, the most civilized woman I have ever known. For reasons which you know, whether or not you understand them, I no longer consider her to be my wife, but that makes no difference in my attitude towards you. I shall always consider you to be my stepson, as I shall always consider Hortense to be my stepdaughter. That's all there is to say about it.
Will you divorce her?
Eugène, you were right to love your mother, whatever she has done. Please remember you're not responsible for her faults.
Lieutenant Flores, 22nd Light Infantry. His wife, Pauline. Want me to arrest him?
Ask them to join us for a glass of wine.
Better idea.
Do you read novels, Eugène?
Yes, sir. Sometimes.
If I were ruler of France, I would ban all novels. They give a false idea of life. I don't believe in romantic love.
You were in love with my mother?
Yes. I was in love with Josephine.
Can't you forgive her?
We are not characters in a novel. We are human. We live in the real world.
Madame Flores, Lieutenant Flores. Don't worry, he's not going to shoot you. Commander-in-Chief.
Sir.
And Lieutenant Beauharnais.
Good evening.
Sit down. Eugène. Let's get some chairs. Let's get glasses. Have some wine. Have some wine.
Lieutenant Flores reporting, sir. Ah, Lieutenant Flores. Your commanding officer speaks highly of you.
Sir.
Consequently, you've been selected for a most important mission.
Thank you, sir.
To carry urgent dispatches to the Directory in Paris.
Paris.
As you may know, the English fleet is now in control of the Mediterranean.
Yes, sir.
So we are sending only our bravest and most resourceful officers.
Thank you, sir.
You will take these dispatches to Alexandria, where you will report to Colonel Marmont. Under his instruction, you will embark upon the courier ship Chasseur to Italy and then proceed overland to Paris.
Yes, sir. When do I leave, sir?
Now.
Oh, I do envy him going to Paris. I've never been to Paris. You should have sent me with him.
Well, it's not exactly a pleasure trip.
I could have put on a uniform like I did when I came out. I made rather a good lieutenant.
What did you do with all that hair?
Tucked it up under my cap. You should have seen me.
I wish we had. We'd have got you transferred to the staff straight away.
Why don't you dress like we do? You'd be much more comfortable.
It's against the regulations.
Can I get you some more coffee?
Yes, please. Where do you suppose he is now?
He?
My husband.
I see. Somewhere between Alexandria and Malta.
I hope it's calm. He's a terrible sailor. I'm not. I don't mind anything. On the way out, I ate all his rations while he just lay on his back and groaned. And I thought men were supposed to be strong.
Your coffee, madame. Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me.
It doesn't matter. It won't stain if you've got some hot water.
Hot
somewhere.
water? Yes, I'm sure we
I
have.
should do it straight away.
No, you know where the hot water is.
Will you come with me, madame?
If it doesn't come out, I'll be only too happy to... Well, I've done my bit.
Hot water, sponges, and so on. Is there anything more that I can...
No, you leave me to get on with it. I'll come back when I've finished.
Madame.
Yes. Well, I'm not surprised. Why did you have to get him to spill coffee on me? It was a nice dress.
I'll buy you 1,000 dresses.
I'm glad you can speak, instead of just staring at me.
You're worth staring at.
And sending me presents.
You like the presents?
Oh, yes. I always like presents, whoever they're from.
They were from your greatest admirer.
Yes, I did understand what you were getting at.
I should explain.
It doesn't need explaining.
I should explain. I fell in love with you at the Tivoli Gardens.
Really?
Yes.
That's nice. I'm glad you fell in love with me.
I hope that you may be able to love me.
Well, I thought about it naturally when I saw what was happening.
Did you decide?
Yes. I decided a commander-in-chief is more important than a lieutenant. That sounds commercial, doesn't it? I don't mean it like that. I don't mean richer. I just mean more important. In every way. And I thought you were nice-looking and quite young. And it's silly to miss a chance when you get one. I never do. I think you've got to take your luck. Don't you? Yes. I can love you. You'll see.
You're adorable.
Say nice things to me. But don't say them unless you mean them. I can't bear that.
I adore you.
That's nice. Do they expect us back at the dinner table?
I'd be greatly surprised.
The moment I saw the bed, I thought, this is going to be it.
You're funny.
Quite funny sometimes.
And your husband?
It's better having him out of the way. He'd have minded.
And you don't?
I'm practical.
Yes.
You can promote him for carrying important dispatches. Were they important? If you say they were, I shan't believe you.
There was nothing in the dispatches that the English don't already know.
Lieutenant Foray's reporting, sir.
Lieutenant Forez, what are you doing in Cairo? You're supposed to be on your way to Paris.
The ship was captured, sir, by an English cruiser the first day out.
Captured?
We put up a good fight, sir, but they were 10 times stronger than us.
The English took you prisoner?
Yes, sir.
Why aren't you a prisoner?
I don't know.
Don't know?
Well, they shipped the others off to a prison camp in Turkey and dropped me on the coast near Alexandria.
Why?
I don't know. They were very friendly, sir, and wished me luck. I should tell you, sir, I had to give my parole.
What parole?
Not to fight against the English for the remainder of this campaign.
You should not have given your parole.
Well, if I hadn't, sir, I would have been in a prison camp in Turkey.
Lieutenant Forez, you are posted to Upper Egypt, where there are no English. Dismiss.
Yes, sir. Sir, may I speak to my wife?
You may not. The wife has applied for a divorce.
What?
This gentleman is a civil commissioner with the power to grant divorces.
It's all arranged, darling, so you might as well look cheerful.
She's... On what grounds?
Cruelty.
I shall divorce him and marry Charles.
Darling, you're not such a fool.
I will not stay married to a man I don't love.
Most women do.
A man I never see.
Most women long for that.
Oh, Paul, help me. Advise me. I'm in love with Charles. Seriously. Deeply.
New words for you.
Yes. I am really in love.
Love is wonderful for the rich. Is Charles rich?
I would marry Charles if he had nothing.
But your debts as a dowry. How much do you owe at the moment?
I don't know. I don't know.
270,000 for your new house in the country. You've signed the contract. You've no money. Who's going to pay?
Bonaparte can pay.
After you've divorced him. You can't do it and you mustn't.
Mustn't?
The directory is falling apart. There has to be a new form of government soon. I can stay at the head of it if I have a strong right arm with a sword. The best right arm, the best sword will be Bonaparte, back from Egypt, your husband, my friend.
I am not a politician.
If you stay on the emotional level, which I find boring, Charles does not wish you to divorce Bonaparte and does not wish to marry you.
Charles loves me.
Yes, darling, and will continue to love you, so long as you're Bonaparte's wife.
No.
Why is Charles employed by the Baudin Company? Because you can write letters to important people. Why do important people pay attention to your letters? Because your husband is...
Charles loves me for myself.
In that case, marry him and live on bread and cheese and kisses.
You will see. Yes?
Madame, Monsieur Charles is here.
Oh, yes.
I am always ready to learn something new.
You will learn.
Dear Madame.
Monsieur Barras, what marvelous news from Egypt. Another great victory. Bonaparte is incredible.
Barra advises me to divorce Bonaparte and marry you.
What? But, my darling, that would be madness. It's not a practical proposition. I mean, we don't want to kill the goose that... But, my darling, I thought you understood.
Pauline,
What?
I'm going on a journey tomorrow.
Oh, where to?
Not allowed to tell you.
Am I allowed to guess?
No,
Well, will it be for long?
we shan't be parted for long.
Good.
Yes,
We'd better get to bed then.
yes. You're not pregnant then?
Not for want of trying.
No.
My fault or yours? I don't know about these things, do you?
Not much.
I just thought it automatically happened unless you took precautions.
I thought so too.
Have you ever got anyone pregnant?
No, I haven't.
Therese and I used to take precautions. But anyway, I've never been pregnant. So it could be you or it could be me.
Yes.
Or just luck. I've known people bang first time when they didn't want it. Other people go on for years hoping and then suddenly for no reason.
Yes.
Still, we'll go on trying.
Yes.
It should happen. We both want it and we're both lucky people. I mean, look at your luck against the Turks.
It was not luck. That was a brilliantly fought battle.
Well, it was what you wanted, a great triumph.
I admit it was a great triumph.
Am I allowed to say I've guessed where you're going?
I'm taking Berthier with me, Murat, Eugène, 2 or 3 others. I would take you, but the journey is rather dangerous. I've left you some money. You'll get it tomorrow from Junot. And I've left orders that you're to join me as soon as it's possible, as soon as it's safe.
You're going to France? Oh, it really is dangerous with all those English ships.
I shall get to where I want to get to.
Can't you smuggle me aboard, disguised as an officer?
No.
But I'll see you soon.
Yes.
In France. Sorry, I didn't say that. I won't say it to anyone else. You do know I love you.
I do know.
No. One last try.
One more try? Oh.
Josephine!
I shall not be unkind to her. But you do understand that it must be a divorce. She must move out of here today.
Yes, sir.
Josephine!
Welcome home, monsieur.
Agathe, where is Madame Bonaparte?
She went to meet you on the road. Didn't she meet you?
What road?
The road through Burgundy. She was told you were coming that way.
I changed my mind. I took the other road through Bourbonnais. Coffee, get us some coffee.
Yes, monsieur.
Your mother is out of luck.
Faster, faster. Why doesn't he go faster?
Ma.
He must drive faster. I must get to Napoleon before anyone else does.
But what do a few hours matter? Or a day even?
You don't understand. I'm £1 million in debt.
I shall divorce her immediately.
May I ask why?
Because she's a whore.
Yes, indeed, but is that a political reason?
I was blind in Italy. I didn't see what was happening. But I now have proofs of her adultery. Her compound adultery going back to her wedding day.
I'm sure, but I'm simple-minded. We are planning a coup d'etat. I ask, would a divorce help us or not?
Whether it helps or not.
I ask, is this the moment to proclaim to the people of France that from your wedding day till now you've been a cuckold? I know Joseph is in favor of this.
I shall get rid of her.
I agree with Joseph. I agree with you. I urge you to get rid of her. Not because of her adulteries, but because she commits them so publicly. You should not have an indiscreet wife. But then, who knows of her indiscretions? Our circle, a few hundred people, no more. To the rest of Paris, the rest of France, you are a popular hero with a charming helpmeet. I urge you to preserve their illusions for the moment. When you are in power, you can do as you please. Rulers have that privilege. But you are not yet a ruler.
I shall never forgive her. I shall never speak to her again.
So long as you're sure of yourself.
If I were not sure of myself, I would tear my heart out and throw it on the fire! The question is decided.
Where is he?
In the bedroom.
I must...
He says you're to go and live at Malmaison. He says he won't see you, madame. He's locked himself in so he can't see her.
Napoleon? Napoleon, please let me in. Please let me talk to you, please. I drove all the way to Lyon to meet you. I wanted to see you so much after so long. Oh, my darling, I haven't seen you for so long. Please, let me in. I must have taken the wrong road. Wasn't that silly? I was sure you'd come through Burgundy, and when I got to Lyon and found out, I nearly died. I wanted to see you so much. And I wanted to explain. Darling, please let me come in and explain. Has Joseph been telling you things about me? None of it's true, darling. Not one word of it. It's true. I can explain. Won't you let me explain? Napoleon? Napoleon, I can't bear it if you don't speak to me. Don't let me in if you don't want to, but please, come to the door and speak to me. It's just to hear your voice. Napoleon, come to the door and say the name. Say my name. The name you gave me. Your name for me. Josephine. Say it. Josephine. That's all. That's all. Josephine. Napoleon. Napoleon, I'm on my knees to you. I know I've been stupid. I know I've been mad, but nothing more. Whatever anyone else has told you, it's not true. I swear to God, it's not true. I shall die if you don't speak to me. Napoleon, I love you. I love you. I love you. Love you. Oh, God. I shall die. I shall die. Tell him I shall die. Tell him I love him. Tell him I love him. Tell him I love him.
Father? You once told me to call you Father. If you won't speak to her, will you speak to me? Well, will you listen to me, Father? You're killing her. Do you want to kill her? Father, she loves you. I know she does. And you love her. Father, do you want her to die? She is dying at your door. Shh. Mama, stand out quickly. Quickly, he's coming out.
You won't. You won't. You won't.
I can never forgive you.
I love you. I love you.
You have killed my heart.
Father, please be kind to her.
Let me in.
No.
I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying.
I loved you more than any woman has ever been loved.
Yes.
I have no love left in me. I cannot love you or anyone ever again.
Because of what I've done.
That is what you've done.
So I find what I want most in the world. As I lose it, your love.
You found other men's love.
It wouldn't have happened if you'd been there. We were married, but it wasn't a marriage. I'm weak. I needed your strength, but you weren't there. I'm no good by myself. I'm no good without you, but you left me alone so much. You should not have left me alone so much. Oh, no. Oh, no. You're too kind. You should hit me. You should kill me. I'll go to my maison. I'll go now. And you'll never see me again. But because you loved me, because you loved me once, do one thing for me before I go. Because I love you. Kiss me. Once. Kiss me goodbye.
I'm sorry. I was in my bath. Have you come from Bonaparte?
Yes. I bring a letter.
Is he being sensible? Has he decided to come in with me?
Not a letter from Bonaparte. A letter to him from you. For your signature.
What?
Your resignation from the Directory and from political life. I should tell you, of the other directors, 2 are on our side and 2 are under arrest. If you go to the window, you'll see some of Bonaparte's cavalry, commanded by my friend General Murat. If you listen, you'll hear distant drums coming steadily nearer. Bonaparte's infantry. And you must know as well as I do, Bonaparte would be happy to have you shot, for more than one reason.
May I read it?
Since you are to sign it, do please read it.
Will he sign it?
Of course. I suppose you're always busy on the day of a coup d'etat. I tend to sit at home and play cards.
We couldn't get through on the first ship. We were stopped by the English, sent back to Egypt.
Juno, you're here at last.
We had problems, but you've done it.
Yes?
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
So, might I have a private word? I brought Pauline back. As you told me, she's in Paris.
Give Madame Forez my sincere regards. Tell her I shall make her an allowance. I shall provide for her, but cannot ever meet her.